Hello. My name's Forrest Gump.
The character of Forrest and Tom's characterization of him evolved. And the one thing we didn't want to do is we just didn't want to have Tom Hanks doing a Southern accent.
We had a lot of discussion about this, not doing anything or doing something that was really heavy.
Those must be comfortable shoes.
We actually tried out reading the entire screenplay in different accents and characterizations.
I've worn lots of shoes.
I mean, I'm no fabulous linguist, so I was trying to soft pedal it as much as possible and was really lost until Michael was cast as young Forrest.
All right, Forrest. You can open your eyes now.
And that was it.
Hey, Jenny, watch this.
Toward the end of the casting process, we became very desperate to cast both young Forrest and young Jenny. We sort of landed on a young Jenny who came from Colorado, but young Forrest was really still very elusive. If there is a magical moment, it must have been when at an open casting call, this young boy from Mississippi came and decided he wanted to try out for this part of a little boy in a movie called Forrest Gump.
The report for this audition showed up on the 7 o'clock news one night. My parents heard about it, and they told me, they asked me if I wanted to go to an audition and, try out for a movie, and just for fun, I was like, yeah, let's go do it.
And this is how these things work. You see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids, and then one of them just, grabs onto you. Of course, then we're terrified because here's someone who has never been in front of a camera before, and so we put him through a pretty extensive screen test to see if he wasn't gonna crack under pressure.
Marker?
The seat's taken.
After the auditions in Memphis, they called us up for a screen test in LA.
You can sit here if you want.
This was a big trip for me. I was 8 years old at the time, and I had never gone anywhere before, and this was the first time I was flying on a plane.
What's wrong with your legs? Oh, nothing at all, thank you. My legs are just fine and dandy.
Hannah Hall and I got to do our initial screen test together. We hadn't gotten the parts yet. We were both still on the run against probably 5 or 6 other kids. But they had us all there in the same spot, and they were just randomly pairing people together. I remember we kind of hit it off from the bat, we kind of became friends there. And we're both like, yeah, this would be pretty cool if he actually got the parts, but I guess neither one of us, seriously thought that was going to happen.
Wake up, Forrest, wake up. Jenny, what are you doing here?
We were just flabbergasted. I mean, it was so real and so unique. Everybody was so enamored with what they saw that we finally had found our young guy, and production could go on as we planned.
Are you coming along?
Mama said not to be taking rides from strangers.
This is a busted school.
We never had the real template for the way Forrest needed to sound, for good or for bad. And when Michael came in, we said, well, I think there it is.
I'm Forrest Gump.
I'm Dorothy Harris.
Well, now we ain't strangers anymore.
He just had this voice that seemed to come right out of his backbone.
Mama says stupid is as stupid does.
So it was taking literally the way his vocal cadences are and trying to make him grow up a little bit.
From that day on, we was always together. Jenny and me was like peas and carrots. She taught me how to climb.
Come on, Forrest, you can do it.
I showed her how to dangle.
Good little monkey.
She helped me learn how to read. And I showed her how to swing. Sometimes we just sit out, wait for the stars.
Mama's gonna worry about me. Just stay a little longer.
For some reason, Jenny didn't ever want to go home.
Okay, Jenny, I'll stay.
It was an original accent. If we went to a dialect coach and they were trying to break down, is this Alabama, is this Mississippi? This kid had his own accent. And it was perfect because this is who Forrest is, too. Forrest is his own original person. And you really couldn't kind of expect him to come from anywhere other than kind of Forestville, which is what Michael Humphrey kind of sounded like.
You got one of those radio constraints.
Yeah, it's right here. Me and Tom Hanks spent a lot of time together. I guess he was trying to feed off of me and, get an idea for the Forrest Gump character. Well, I was a natural Southern kid to begin with. I was kind of quirky, already kind of fit the young Forrest role. And really, in the end, it was just me exaggerating myself to display that.
So, Michael, what do you do in the film? Who do you play?
What do you mean?
What character do you play?
Forrest.
Who's Forrest?
Forrest Gump.
Well,
We're trying to hang around with him, and I was surreptitiously trying to stick a tape recorder in his face. When you meet somebody for the first time, he's seen a bunch of movies I'm in. And sometimes people clam up and they won't say a thing.
Is he stupid? What does his mom say about being stupid?
Stupid is as stupid does.
See?
We drove past the theater back there in Beaufort, the hectoplex that shows every movie going. And I asked him what his favorite movies was.
Tell me your favorite movie. Favorite. Most favorite of all time. Which is it?
It's not one with you in it.
I know, that's okay.
Jurassic Park.
See, now there you go.
He just took off on Jurassic Park and gave me every inflection and every vowel and every consonant in talking about that Jurassic Park. It was a real fount of knowledge that came out of that movie for me.
Now, here's what you're going to do. You're going to step up to your mark with the rock and say, hey, what's your line?
Watch this, Jenny.
Watch this, Jenny. And then when Hannah gets up alongside you under her mark, you're going to toss it.
The dialect coaches that worked with me wanted me to perfect some of the lines in the movie, such as, my name is Forrest Gump, and stupid is as stupid does. Being a kid from Mississippi, I already had a really Southern accent at the time, but I guess they wanted me to draw it out just a good bit more, to really put a little character to Forrest with it.
And you guys are going to just freeze and watch.
He has syllables where there's no syllables. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Then you're going to cut it.
I was working with Jessica Drake, our dialogue coach, and she was able to almost mathematically plot out, the way Michael was going to be saying certain things.
Come back a little bit. Right there.
It was dead solid every time.
And it did have a lot of logic because it was clear that here we plucked this young boy out of Mississippi and we weren't going to drum in any you should do it like this kind of skills into this young boy. I mean, he wasn't an actor, he was just an original kid. It made more sense what Tom was doing, which was to take on some of these vocal phrasings and characteristics of this young boy and bring that into his character, being the actor that he was, who could basically do just about anything.
Well, you try it first.
You say it first.
Just do it now. They say that was the best splash ever.
Right.
Like after you just threw it in.
That was the best splash ever.
Okay. All right. I guess I say it.
I guess so.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Sorry. I didn't mean to confuse you.
Let me hear you.
That was the best splash ever.
So when my parents were telling me about the character and everybody was telling me about how the kid was going to be slow, I didn't really know what they meant by that at first.
I want to show you something, Mrs. Gump.
I wasn't sure if they meant, well, he was just completely stupid, or he was just like uneducated, or just not exposed or something.
Right here.
That's exactly what I was thinking. He just hadn't been exposed as everyone, I guess probably kept in by Mama Gump all the time, right? Really hadn't seen much of the rest of the world or whatever. And so it just took him a little more time to catch up with everyone else. And I was a pretty quirky kid when I was 8 years old. My mom was always talking about that too, so we always figured that it wouldn't take too much for me to pull off a character like that.
Hey, dummy! Are you retarded or just plain stupid?
The scene with the leg braces was a pretty cool one.
Run, Forrest! Run away! Hurry!
We were set up on the driveway that was running up to the Gump house. They had prepared the braces, and they had made 2 different copies, and both of them had cap bombs installed in the joints of the braces so that they could be remote detonated, and they could blow off my legs while I was running.
We had to set little tiny explosive devices in there in order to release them so that they would actually, shatter in the air.
The day we shot the scene, they took me down to a shop and demonstrated what they were going to do with one pair they had rigged up. Went ahead and blew the cap bombs and blew the braces apart. Kind of freaked me out a little bit. I was like, wow, I really don't want those coming off my legs like that,
I remember going back a couple of times to do that scene on Oak Alley, and he was very trepidatious about it. We did a ramp with the camera where we actually changed the speed of the film so that he would start going in slow motion right at the breaking out of these braces. And then, when you saw him look up with this big, happy smile on his face. I wonder if that look came from his thrill over the fact that he hadn't been injured by these braces that were detonating off of his legs.
See?
I think that the filmmakers of Forrest Gump, Robert Zemeckis in particular, they had their times when maybe they were a little chafed by having a lot of kids on the set, such as myself, running around, because I'm sure we were very hard to control. I know we were hard to control. I remember being hard to control.
You know, Bob had a tolerance level that was met head on working with the children on Forrest Gump. And there was a stage in the production where I noticed that a few what I would call second unit type sequences, most of which are not in the movie, were delegated to me because I think Bob had felt like, look, I got the hero moments I need. Now can you get these other little bits like Forrest crossing the bridge with the fisherman for the third time? Bob said, you can do that scene.
That boy sure is a running fool.
I got to see the movie for the first time when I was 9 years old, when it came out in '94. I had no idea what to expect. I'd imagined it over and over and over again, wondering what it would be like. When I first saw myself, I was just thinking, you know, wow, I can't believe I'm up there.
Forrest.
I didn't really know all the scenes from the movie. I hadn't been there when they had filmed much of it, obviously. So there were some things that surprised me being a 9-year-old kid. You know, some of the more adult scenes that were going on, some of the violence in the Vietnam War scenes. And it was a pretty striking movie for me at 9 years old. Like I said, I'd never seen anything quite that intense. Having had the experience with Forrest Gump, I think I'd really much rather be a kid. Being 9 years old, I just wanted to be out with my friends playing. I wasn't, you know, horribly interested in going back out to California and just doing audition after audition. Parents weren't too thrilled about the prospect either. They didn't want me to get into the whole child star thing. So we figured that the best thing to do would be just to kind of, you know, take this and then wait it out till I was a little older. You know, in my teens, and then I could really make the decisions on my own and decide if I wanted to go back into it, and I'd be a little more grown up and have a little more control and awareness of it all.
So how do Forrest and Jenny know each other?
Well, we met on the bus.
Tell me about that.
Well, no one would let him sit in the seat, and I was the only one that let him sit in the seat.
Why would no one let you sit in the seat?
Because he had braces on, and everybody thought it was weird. He was really weird.
They'd be mean to me.
What? Okay, hold the camera. So why does Jenny not make fun of Forrest?
Well, I don't really have any friends, and I just like him, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So you were just doing a scene over there. What did you do in the scene? What were you doing?
Well, it was the transition. We look in the pond, and then it changes into the older Forrest and older Jenny.
Oh, okay. And so what do you have to do in the scene, Michael?
It's kind of hard throwing the rock, because it can't really get on the mark. Whoever kids out there are watching this, movies don't look as easy to make as they are.
All right, great.
Okay, Connor, you can stop now.
All right. Thanks very much.
Keep it on, keep it on.
Okay.
I want to do something.
Do something.